The divine inheritance, a spiritual property revelation. The universe whispers secrets through the fabric of time. And tonight, one of those secrets bears your name. Somewhere between the realm of dreams and the solid ground of legal reality, a property has shifted into your possession. The documents were signed in chambers where earthly law meets divine providence, witnessed by forces that operate beyond our ordinary perception. This is not merely about bricks and mortar, deeds and titles. This is about a sacred transfer that has been orchestrating itself through the invisible threads of destiny, weaving your life story toward this precise moment of revelation. The address, when you finally behold it, will strike your soul like lightning, illuminating a darkened landscape, revealing truths that have been hiding in plain sight throughout your entire existence. Picture, if you will, the weight of ancient parchment, the scent of aged ink, the rustle of papers that have been waiting decades for this moment. Legal documents bearing your name were prepared in offices that exist at the intersection of the physical and the metaphysical. Lawyers who serve not just human clients but cosmic justice have processed paperwork that bridges generations, bloodlines, and spiritual contracts that were written before you drew your first breath. The property that now belongs to you pulses with an energy that transcends ordinary real estate. It sits upon land that indigenous peoples recognized as sacred, where ley lines converge and create vortexes of manifestation. The very soil beneath this property vibrates at frequencies that align with abundance, healing, and spiritual awakening. Previous occupants reported extraordinary synchronicities, accelerated manifestations, and profound spiritual experiences that changed the trajectory of their lives. Have you been experiencing strange occurrences lately? Dreams of houses you have never visited yet feel intimately familiar? Perhaps you have been seeing repeating numbers, especially sequences that seem to follow you everywhere. Maybe you have felt an inexplicable pull toward certain neighborhoods, certain streets, as if invisible hands were guiding your path. These are not random events scattered across the canvas of your life. They are breadcrumbs left by your higher self, leading you toward this moment of divine inheritance. Your family tree holds mysteries that conventional genealogy cannot explain. There are connections that transcend blood, bonds forged in spiritual realms that manifest as legal inheritance in our physical world. Someone, somewhere in the tapestry of your ancestral line, made a sacred vow. They promised that when the cosmic timing aligned perfectly with your spiritual readiness, this property would find its way to you. That time is now. The previous owner of this property was no ordinary person. They possessed gifts that allowed them to see beyond the veil of ordinary reality. In you, they recognized a kindred spirit, a soul whose mission on earth required a sacred space from which to operate. They saw your future before you could imagine it yourself. They understood that you would need a sanctuary, a power place from which your spiritual work could radiate out into the world. Type 111 in the comments now to activate the first level of your spiritual connection to this property. Feel the energy shift as you type those numbers. Notice how your crown chakra begins to tingle, how your third eye starts to open wider. This is not suggestion, this is activation. The transfer of this property operates through spiritual laws that supersede conventional legal systems. Ancient inheritance protocols that were established in mystery schools and sacred societies have been invoked on your behalf. These are the same principles that govern the transfer of sacred sites and power places throughout history. Your name has been inscribed in ethereal records that cannot be altered by earthly powers. But here is where the physical and spiritual worlds collide with urgent precision. While the cosmic transfer is complete, the earthly acknowledgement requires your conscious participation within a specific time frame. The window of opportunity operates on both linear time and kairos time, that pregnant moment when human will aligns with divine timing. Miss this window, and the energetic portal closes, potentially for lifetimes. There are forces both seen and unseen that would prefer you remain unaware of this inheritance. Entities that feed on human limitation and lack consciousness do not want you to step into your full power. They benefit from keeping you small, keeping you struggling, keeping you disconnected from your birthright. Every moment you delay is a victory for these forces of limitation. The property includes structures that were built according to sacred geometry. The main house faces specific cardinal directions that optimize the flow of beneficial chi. Windows were placed to capture celestial events, doorways positioned to create energetic flow patterns, that enhance intuition and spiritual communication. Previous occupants reported that simply living in this space elevated their consciousness and accelerated their spiritual evolution. Like this video now to strengthen the energetic bridge between you and your property. As you click that like button, visualize golden threads of light connecting your heart chakra to the heart of this sacred land. Feel the resonance building, the recognition growing stronger. Underground, beneath the visible structures, lie chambers and passages that don't appear on any official survey. These spaces were created by previous owners who understood the importance of having sanctuary spaces for deep spiritual work. Some contain libraries of esoteric knowledge. Others serve as meditation chambers where the Earth's natural electromagnetic field has been harnessed to induce profound states of consciousness. The land itself holds memories, not just from recent decades, but from centuries of sacred use. Indigenous ceremonies, colonial-era mystical gatherings, and modern spiritual practices have all left their energetic imprint on this soil. When you walk this land, you will not just be walking on grass and earth. You will be treading upon layers of prayer, intention, and spiritual activation that have been accumulating for generations. Water features on the property were positioned according to ancient feng shui principles. Springs that bubble up from deep aquifers carry more than just H2O. They carry the Earth's own life force, charged with minerals and energies that promote healing and clarity. The water rights that come with this property are not just about irrigation or consumption. They are about access to one of Earth's most powerful conducting mediums for spiritual energy. Type 777 in the comments to unlock the next phase of revelation about your spiritual inheritance. This number sequence serves as a cosmic key, aligning your personal vibration with the frequency of your property. The night air around your current dwelling has been whispering changes. Perhaps you have noticed electrical anomalies that repair themselves without explanation, water pressure that fluctuates in patterns that seem almost communicative. These are not malfunctions. They are messages, Morse code from the universe, telegraphing the energetic connection between where you are now and where you are meant to be. Every property has a soul, a consciousness that develops over decades of human habitation, emotional investment, and lived experience. But this property, your property, has something more. It has been actively cultivating consciousness, developing its own spiritual intelligence through the intentional practices of previous guardians. It knows you are coming. It has been preparing for your arrival. The timing of this revelation is synchronized with larger cosmic events. Planetary alignments, solar activities, and galactic configurations have all conspired to create the perfect conditions for this transfer. Your spiritual growth over recent years, the challenges you have faced and overcome, the initiations you have passed through, all of these have been preparing you to be a worthy steward of this sacred space. Previous owners of this property reported phenomena that skeptics would dismiss, but spiritual seekers recognize as signs of a high vibration location. Orbs of light captured in photographs, unexplained fragrances of flowers that don't grow in the region, the sound of celestial music during meditation hours, visits from departed loved ones in dreams that feel more real than waking life. The property serves as an amplifier for whatever intentions and energies you bring to it. Those who approach with pure hearts and service-oriented missions find their abilities to help others exponentially increased. Healers report stronger connections to divine guidance. Artists experience unprecedented creative flow. And spiritual teachers find their messages reaching exactly the souls who need to hear them. But this is not just about personal gain or spiritual achievement. This property comes with responsibilities, with a mission that extends beyond individual benefit. You are being entrusted with a sacred space that is meant to serve the collective awakening of humanity. The previous owner understood this, which is why they were so careful in selecting the next steward. The financial abundance that flows from this property operates on multiple levels. Yes, there are conventional income streams from mineral rights, water access, and potential development. But there are also unconventional flows of prosperity that come from aligning with the property's true purpose. When you use this space in harmony with its highest calling, the universe conspires to support you in ways that transcend ordinary economic models. If you wish to support our spiritual research and stay aligned with the full activation process, you can express your appreciation through the Super Thanks feature. Remember, when you give 1, the universe returns tenfold. When you give 10, it returns 100. And if you choose not to press the button, that's perfectly fine. Your path to the divine may continue in the next videos. Type 333 now to send a signal to the universe that you are ready to accept your divine inheritance. Feel the shift in your energy field as you make this declaration. Notice any sensations in your body, any changes in the light around you, any sudden emotions that arise. These are confirmations that the claiming process has begun. The trees on this property are not ordinary trees. They are record keepers, their root systems intertwined with the mycelial network that carries information across vast distances. When you place your hand on their bark, you will download memories, wisdom, and guidance that has been stored in their cellular structure. Previous owners learned to communicate with these standing people, receiving answers to questions they hadn't even thought to ask. There is a particular window in the main house facing east, where the morning light creates a natural mandala on the hardwood floor. This isn't architectural accident. The glass was specially crafted, the window positioned with mathematical precision to create this daily light show that serves as a meditation focus and consciousness activation tool. Watching this light dance across the floor for just minutes each morning aligns your brainwaves with frequencies of enhanced creativity and spiritual insight. The basement holds secrets that go deeper than its foundation. Previous owners discovered that certain areas of the basement floor would become warm without any heating source, creating perfect spots for winter meditation. These warmth zones correspond to underground water veins that carry not just moisture but earth energy, creating natural healing spots where the planet itself offers its medicine. Type 999 to receive the coordinates of these power spots within your property. Each number you type creates a resonance, a vibrational signature that the property recognizes and responds to. The attic space vibrates at a different frequency than the rest of the house. It is not just the elevation, it is the accumulated energy of decades of stored memories, dreams, and aspirations. Objects placed in this attic don't just sit in storage, they marinate in possibility, absorbing the potential energy that pools in high places. Previous owners used the attic as a manifestation chamber, placing representations of their goals there and watching them materialize with unprecedented speed. Throughout the property, previous owners installed what appear to be ordinary decorative elements, but are actually energetic anchors. A certain doorknob made of brass from a specific mine known for its metaphysical properties. Floor tiles arranged in patterns that create sacred geometry. Window panes that contain crushed crystals in the glass, invisible to the eye but creating subtle energy fields that enhance psychic protection. The property boundaries extend beyond what any surveyor could map. There are energetic boundaries that encompass dimensions folded into our three-dimensional space. Previous owners learned to navigate these hidden dimensions, accessing rooms that don't appear on any blueprint, gardens that bloom in eternal spring regardless of the calendar season, libraries where books write themselves with exactly the knowledge you need in that moment. Wildlife on and around this property behaves differently than anywhere else. Birds sing in harmonies that induce trance states. Deer approach without fear, their eyes holding ancient wisdom. Even insects move in patterns that create living mandalas, their seemingly random flights actually tracing sacred symbols in the air. The property exists in harmony with all kingdoms of nature, creating an oasis where the ordinary rules of predator and prey are suspended in favor of a higher order. The address of this property contains numerical codes that connect directly to your soul's blueprint. The numbers you will see are not random. They are synchronized with important dates in your life, with your birth chart, with the numerological signature of your soul's purpose. When you see the full address, you will understand why certain numbers have been following you, why you have been drawn to specific numerical patterns throughout your life. The street name itself carries vibrational significance. It is not just a label chosen by city planners, it is a cosmic coordinate that identifies a specific energy portal on Earth's grid. Previous owners discovered that simply meditating on the street name, visualizing its letters and feeling into its sound vibration, could induce altered states of consciousness and prophetic visions. Your connection to this property predates your current incarnation. Soul agreements made in the space between lives, karmic contracts from previous existences, and future self-communications have all played a role in orchestrating this transfer. What seems like a surprise inheritance is actually the fruition of spiritual work you have been doing across multiple lifetimes. The buildings on this property were constructed during astrologically significant times, with foundation stones laid during powerful cosmic configurations. This wasn't accidental. Previous owners understood the importance of aligning physical structures with celestial rhythms. As a result, the buildings themselves serve as instruments for cosmic energy, channeling beneficial forces into the lives of those who dwell within. Storage areas on the property contain more than just physical objects. Previous owners were collectors of spiritual artifacts, keepers of wisdom traditions, guardians of sacred knowledge. What awaits you in these storage spaces could include ancient texts, crystalline formations with recorded information, artwork that serves as portals to other dimensions, and tools for spiritual practice that have been charged with decades of intentional use. The property's location in relation to other sacred sites is not coincidental. It sits on a grid line that connects to other power places, creating an energetic network that you will be able to tap into for your spiritual work. Previous owners reported spontaneous telepathic connections with guardians of other sacred sites, collaborative spiritual workings that spanned continents, and access to planetary healing grids. Type 555 if you feel the call to step into your role as the new guardian of this sacred space. Know that typing this number is more than just commenting on a video. It is making a declaration to forces seen and unseen that you are prepared for the responsibilities and blessings that come with this inheritance. The kitchen in this house has been a laboratory for alchemical cooking. Previous owners discovered that food prepared in this space carries enhanced nutritional and energetic properties. The stove sits on a particular energy vortex that infuses everything cooked upon it with life force. Meals become medicine, water becomes holy, and simple ingredients transform into substances that nourish not just the body but the soul. There is a particular closet, seemingly ordinary, that serves as a portal to your own subconscious. Objects placed in this closet overnight undergo energetic transformation. Old patterns stored in clothing dissolve. New intentions woven into fabric manifest. Previous owners used this space as a transformation chamber, placing items representing what they wanted to release and finding them energetically cleansed by morning. The property includes outbuildings that serve specific spiritual purposes. A shed that amplifies prayer and intention. A garage where mechanical objects seem to repair themselves, where cars run better and longer than they should. A greenhouse where plants grow with supernatural vigor, producing fruits and vegetables that carry the taste of Eden itself. During certain lunar phases, the property reveals aspects of itself that remain hidden at other times. Doorways appear in garden walls. Staircases extend an extra flight. Rooms shift their dimensions. These are not hallucinations, but glimpses into the multidimensional nature of this sacred space. Previous owners learned to work with these lunar revelations, using them for deep spiritual work and reality-bending manifestations. The photo evidence of your ownership exists on multiple planes of reality. Yes, there are physical documents, properly filed and legally binding, but there are also etheric records, Akashic inscriptions, and quantum entanglements that establish your connection to this property in ways that transcend ordinary proof. When you see the photo of this property, you will not just recognize it with your eyes, you will recognize it with your soul. Time is collapsing around this revelation. Past, present, and future are converging at this singular moment of disclosure. The child you were who walked past this property with wide-eyed wonder, the adult you are now, ready to claim your inheritance, and the wise elder you will become, looking back with gratitude at this pivotal moment. All exist simultaneously in this eternal now. The Victorian mansion with blue shutters that has haunted your dreams, that has appeared in meditation visions, that has called to you across years and miles, stands ready to welcome you home. Yes, 1247 Heritage Lane, in the town where your grandmother's spirit still wanders, where your childhood footsteps left energetic imprints that have been waiting to guide you back. This is not just a house. This is a sanctuary, a temple, a bridge between worlds. The blue shutters aren't just decorative. They are painted with pigments that contain crushed crystals, creating a protective barrier against negative energies. The Victorian architecture isn't just stylistic. It is based on sacred proportions that create harmonic resonance with human consciousness. Your grandmother knew. She walked these streets with you not just to show you the neighborhood, but to activate your cellular memory to plant seeds that would bloom at exactly this moment. Every time she paused in front of this house, every time she smiled that knowing smile, she was participating in a cosmic conspiracy of love that would ensure you received what was always meant to be yours. The previous owner, who watched from behind those blue shutters as you passed by year after year, recognized you. They saw your aura, understood your mission, knew that one day you would be ready. They made sure that when that day came, no force on earth or beyond could prevent this transfer from completing. Type 888 now to receive the final activation codes that will unlock not just the physical property, but all the spiritual gifts, abilities, and opportunities that come with it. As you type this number, know that you are not just claiming a house. You are claiming your place in a lineage of light workers, your role in the planetary awakening, your seat at the cosmic table where the future of humanity is being co-created. The universe has been preparing you for this moment through every challenge you have faced, every synchronicity you have noticed, every spiritual experience you have integrated. This property is not a reward for past achievements. It is a launching pad for your future service. It is a sacred trust being placed in your hands because you have proven yourself ready to handle the responsibilities that come with such a gift. Welcome home, dear soul. Welcome to your true inheritance. Welcome to the beginning of the life you were always meant to live. The keys are already in your hands. You have been carrying them in your energy field all along. All that remains is for you to walk through the door that has been waiting, patient and eternal. For your arrival, the address is real. The inheritance is complete. The time is now. Type claim to complete your divine inheritance.